Hello, in this screencast we're going to learn about subordinate programs. So you probably already know some about regular programs. You have children that are associated with them, you have different settings and different forms and email templates that you attach to them. In much the same way as you can make a regular program, you can also make a subordinate program. And the way that you do that is that you click Add a new subordinate program. This is under the Setup Programs menu. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And what do we want to name it? Let's call it Mango Tree School Subprogram number 2. And so you name it something. You want to name it something that clarifies that it is a subprogram, otherwise you might get confused. And then we need to select the parent program. And the parent program is the program that it's going to pull the children from. And we're going to choose Mango Tree School and hit Save. Wait a moment. And we're not up and running yet. In much the same way as when you make a regular program, you have to configure it and set up all the settings correctly. You have to do that also for a subprogram. To do that, we're going to go to Config here under Mango Tree School Subprogram number 2. So under Config, we're going to attach the program settings. Program settings are for how the program works and how the program appears to the end user or donor on the front end. You'll notice this note here. It says only settings that are set to contribution are allowed to be attached to this subordinate program. We don't want to have a parent program that is set to number of sponsors and then a subordinate program that's attached to it that's set to contribution amount. That would cause a lot of problems, so you have to have the same type for the program settings. So we'll choose school settings, hit save. We'll go down to attach sponsorship profile form. So in a regular program, you choose the profile form, the sponsorship form that you want to use. This has your information. In this case, it'd be student information, student address, what grade they're in school, information about their parents, etc. This is not selectable because this is a subordinate program. So this this Mango Tree School Subprogram number 2 by default is going to use the same form that its parent program, which is Mango Tree School, is. So if you want to change that form, you have to change it in the parent program, and there's a link to that here. Donor form, you can use any donor form you like. The main reason we made this subordinate program is so that you could have different donor forms attached to the same group of children. So you can choose any donor form you like. We'll say we're going to choose development donor form and hit save. Okay, then we also have attach a submit only form. I'm going to skip over this for now. Real briefly, a submit only form is for storing information that you want to keep a log of everything that gets written down. So in a typical form, if you say this child is in grade 5, the next time someone updates it, they'll delete that 5 and put in a 6. This is for if you want to have a form that says this child's in grade 5, here's their health, here's their address, here's how many living relatives they have. And if you update that later, it'll save both versions of it. That's what this submit only form is for. I'll go over that in more detail in another screencast. And then email templates. Email templates, you'll generally want to set up a new email template for each program that you're going to do. And we're going to use the Mango sub template that I've already created. Okay, our settings are set up. Currently use settings, school settings. The students sponsorship profile form is automatically set up. We're using the development donor form as well as the Mango sub template for our email templates. Now, can we go up here and click on programs and see it? No, it doesn't show up. See that? Because it's not correctly set up yet under admin groups. Whenever you make a new program of any sort, you need to configure the permissions for it. So if you go to admin groups and then click on your administrator group, you'll need to select your new program and hit save. Now we'll go back up here, and as you can see, Mango Tree School subprogram number 2. Now if we click on it, what's going to happen? If you click on it on this end, you're not going to see much because you can't configure the entities, you can't set up the entities directly on this one. You have to go to Mango Tree School to change the entities. But the cool part about a subprogram is, let's go back to Setup Programs, and then we'll go to Config, and let's view the program. So open this in a new tab. So this is the front end that users are going to see of Mango Tree School subprogram number 2. Okay, let's take a look and see how this program is different from its parent program. I happen to already remember the URL. So if we go here, this is going to be Mango Tree School. This is the parent program we're about to look at. In the parent program, if we go to Sponsor, Child, click on the child, hit Sponsor Now, we'll see New Sponsor Info. And the info is simply the name, username, email address, and password. So username, email address, and password are always required. That we need that for our system. Name, this comes in from the donor form. Now if we look at, if we do the same thing on Mango Tree School subprogram number 2, we'll find that if we sponsor, there's going to be a different donor form used. See how this says donor name and donor address? Different from simply name. These are 2 different donor forms that are being used for accessing the entities or the children associated with one program. That's how this works. If you have any questions about this, feel free to email us at support@helpyousponsor.com. Thank you so much for watching.